My name is David, and I need to tell you something I should have realized 40 years ago. I built a company worth $200 million. I had the corner office, the private jet, the house on the beach. People called me a success story. Business magazines wrote about me. Young entrepreneurs wanted to know my secrets. But here's what nobody knew. While I was building that empire, I was destroying the only things that actually mattered. And by the time I figured it out, it was too late to fix most of it. I'm 76 years old now. My company's gone, sold it years ago. The money's still here, but honestly, I'd trade every penny of it to go back and do things differently. And no matter your age, if you're grinding away telling yourself just a few more years, I need you to hear this story, because I was you, and I was wrong about everything. Let me take you back to 1978. I was 30 years old, newly married to Sarah, and I just started my own business. Everyone thought I was crazy, but I was determined to prove them wrong. The first 5 years were brutal. 80, 90-hour weeks. I missed dinners, birthdays, anniversaries. But Sarah understood, or at least that's what I told myself. She'd say, "It's okay, we're building our future." And I believed her. I genuinely believed that once we made it, everything would be better. We'd have time then. That's the lie I told myself for 20 years. In 1983, our daughter Emma was born. I was in a board meeting when Sarah went into labor. I got there eventually, but I missed the birth. I told myself I'd be there for all the important moments, except I wasn't. I missed her first steps, her first day of school, her soccer games, her graduation. I have this memory that haunts me. Emma was about 7. She came into my office with a drawing she'd made of our family. She was so excited, but I was on a conference call. I held up one finger, just a minute. She stood there for maybe 30 seconds, then walked away. Years later, I found that drawing. She'd written at the bottom, "I love you, Daddy, even though you're always busy." She was 7 years old. By the time I found it, it was too late to fix it. By 1995, we'd made it. The company was worth $50 million. We moved into a mansion. We took a vacation to Hawaii, our first real vacation in 12 years. I thought, see, it was all worth it. But something had shifted. Sarah had built a life without me. She had her friends, her charity work. Emma was 13 and barely spoke to me. I'd become a stranger in my own home. I told myself it was just a phase. Once Emma went to college, we'd reconnect. That magic then I kept waiting for. In 2001, Emma went to college. Stanford. I was so proud. But when we dropped her off, she hugged Sarah for 5 minutes. She hugged me for 5 seconds. Mechanical. Obligatory. That same year, Sarah asked for a divorce. 23 years of marriage, and she was done waiting. She'd been alone in our marriage for 2 decades. I'd been married to my company, not to her. I couldn't even argue. She was right. After the divorce, I threw myself into work harder. The company grew to $200 million. I was on the cover of Forbes. People asked me how I did it. I never told them the truth, that I did it by sacrificing everything that mattered. In 2009, I had a heart attack. I was 61 years old. I was in my office, working late as always, when my chest started hurting. I drove myself to the hospital. There was nobody to call. Sarah had remarried. Emma lived in New York. My assistant found out the next day when I didn't show up for a meeting. Lying in that hospital bed, hooked up to machines, I had this moment of absolute clarity. What was it all for? I'd built this massive company, but who was I building it for? Not for Sarah, she was gone. Not for Emma, she'd learned to live without me. For myself, for my ego, for some imaginary finish line that kept moving further away. I sold the company in 2012. Got a huge payout, and then I had to figure out what that life was supposed to look like. 64 years old with more money than I could spend, and nobody to spend it with. I tried to reconnect with Emma, called her every week, flew to New York. But here's the thing about time, you can't make it up. You can't go back and attend those soccer games. Once that time is gone, it's gone forever. Emma's civil to me now. We have lunch sometimes, we talk on the phone, but we don't have what other fathers and daughters have. We don't have inside jokes or shared memories. We're cordial, pleasant, but we're not close, and that's on me. She got married 3 years ago. She asked me to walk her down the aisle, and I did. But when she gave her speech at the reception, she talked about her mom, about how Sarah had been there for everything, how Sarah had taught her to be strong, how Sarah had shown her what it meant to be a good person. She thanked me for coming. That was it. She thanked me for showing up to her wedding, like I was a guest, not her father. That night, back in my hotel room, I cried for the first time in decades because I'd missed it all, the moments that actually mattered. I'd been so busy building something I thought was important that I'd missed watching my daughter grow up. I'd missed being part of her life. And now I'm this elderly man she tolerates because I'm her father, not because she actually wants me in her life. Here's what took me 60 years to learn. Success means nothing if you're alone. Money means nothing if you have nobody to share it with. Achievements mean nothing if the people you love don't care. I see young men today making the same mistakes I made. I see them working 70, 80-hour weeks. I see them missing dinners with their kids because they have to finish one more report. I see them prioritizing their careers over their marriages. And they all say the same thing I said, just a few more years. Once I make partner, once I hit this number, once I achieve this goal, then I'll focus on family, but it never happens. Because there's always another goal, always another promotion, always another deal. The finish line keeps moving. And meanwhile, your kids grow up. Your marriage falls apart. And you wake up one day as an old man with a bank account full of money and a heart full of regrets. If I could go back and talk to my 30-year-old self, here's what I'd say. Your company will survive if you leave at 5 o'clock. That meeting can wait until Monday. That email can be answered tomorrow. But your daughter's childhood won't wait. Her soccer game is today. Her school play is tonight. And once those moments pass, they're gone forever. Work will always be there. There will always be another deal, another project, another crisis that feels urgent. But your kids won't always be kids. Your wife won't always wait. Your parents won't always be here. The people you love, they're on a timer, and you don't know when that timer runs out. I've got more money than I'll ever need. I've got investments and properties and a retirement fund that could support 10 people for a lifetime. But I'd trade it all, every single penny, for one more day with Emma when she was 7, for one more evening with Sarah before I pushed her away, for the chance to show up and be present instead of always being somewhere else. You know what's funny? Nobody at my company remembers me. I sold it, and they brought in new management. And within 2 years, it was like I'd never existed. The deals I worked so hard on, nobody cares anymore. The achievements I thought were so important, they're footnotes in old business journals that nobody reads. But Emma remembers. She remembers every time I wasn't there, every missed birthday, every broken promise, every time I chose work over her. Those memories, they're permanent. They shaped who she is. They defined our relationship. And I can't undo any of it. I'm 76 years old now. I live alone in a condo by the beach. I've got more time than I know what to do with. I read, I travel, I volunteer. But mostly I think about what could have been. I think about the life I could have had if I just understood that success isn't measured in dollars or deals or square footage. Success is measured in relationships, in presence, in love. So if you're watching this and you're working late again tonight, I need you to stop. I need you to close your laptop. I need you to go home. Be with your family. Have dinner with your kids. Watch that show with your spouse. Be present. Be there, because I promise you, 20 years now, you won't remember what that report said, but you'll remember whether you were there for the moments that mattered. And if you're thinking, but I'm different, my situation is different, I'm building something important. I thought that too. Every man who makes this mistake thinks he's different, but we're not. We're all the same. We all think we have more time than we do. We all think family will wait. We all think we can make it up later. You can't. I learned this lesson 40 years too late. Learn it now. Go home. Be present. Choose your family. Because at the end of your life, nobody's going to care about your career accomplishments. But the people you love, they're going to care whether you were there. And if you're not careful, you'll end up like me. Rich, successful, accomplished, and completely alone. If this story makes you uncomfortable, good, it should. If it makes you want to change something, even better. Don't wait. Don't tell yourself you'll do it tomorrow or next year. Do it today. Do it now. Because time doesn't care about your plans. Time just keeps moving. And one day you'll run out of it. Leave a comment and tell me what you're going to do differently. Hit that subscribe button if you want to hear more from someone who learned everything the hard way. Share this with anyone who needs to hear it. And then close your device and go be with the people who matter. Because trust me, they matter more than anything else ever